It was truly like finding a needle in a haystack, a frantic search for a little boy missing inside a giant paper recycling plant in Phoenix. The boy had wandered off after his father brought the family there to pick something up. It took more than 6 hours before rescuers finally found him. And here's the woman who pulled him out, Officer Mary Solinsky of the Phoenix Police Department. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning, Maggie. I'm fine, thanks.
You finally pulled him out after that 6-hour search. What was that moment like for you, Mary?
Oh, it was just miraculous. When they started searching for him, like I said, it took over 6 hours, and as we're searching, you've got 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, and we didn't hear a thing. And then finally, when we were looking through the voids of that huge paper stack, I pulled away the paper and I just saw that little hand come crawling out to me, and it was just miraculous. It was just a wonderful, wonderful feeling.
I cannot even imagine. Would you paint a picture for us of the area where he was trapped so that we have an understanding of what this little boy went through?
Well, one of our SWAT officers, who was actually on top of the stack, described it as being, if you can imagine, a large haystack, but it's actually bales of compressed paper. And each bale weighed, they said, approximately 1,500 to 2,000 pounds, and there was stacked four high. And it was as large as, I'd say, a big bus.
Oh my gosh.
And from the sides of the stack, you can't see in, but I guess on top, the SWAT officers that were working up there said that there was actual voids that dropped all the way down to the actual cement at the bottom.
We see that picture of him, and he looks so sad, and he's shivering. On top of everything else, it was a cold night, it was dark.
Oh, I know. It was, and it had rained here in Phoenix, so the paper, it was wet, and what you don't see is the huge pile of loose paper that it took to actually get to that stack. That's where all the effort came from, all the police officers and the fire personnel. They actually had to move all that wet paper, it was huge, to actually get to that stack so we could get the forklift in there to move those actual individual bales of paper.
Yeah,
because we couldn't. Yeah, go ahead.
I know that it took 6 hours to find him, and then 6 more hours to rescue him once you found him, to do all that you just described. What was he doing? Could you tell during those 6 hours while you were rescuing him?
You know, we had no, at the beginning, we had no idea where he was. We just went by what the children said where they actually last saw him. And who was instrumental was Officer Brian Hanania, who's actually on my squad. He's a canine handler, and he used his dog Cyrus to search the area to begin with. And Cyrus gave alerts towards that stack, as well as our fire rescue dogs indicated that he's probably in that stack somewhere, but we didn't hear a peep from him, not a sound. And we used the heat, the thermal imaging cameras, and one of our SWAT officers, Brian Izzard, actually could see a figure, but it dissipated, so as if he was moving around down there. Right. But like I said, after it got to be 4 or 5, 6 hours and we didn't hear a sound, we hoped for the best, but you know, we feared for the worst. There was a lot of prayers going on that night. And
they were answered. In the last
they sure were.
Few seconds, what did he say when you finally got him out?
You know what? Not a peep. He reached out to me, and I grabbed him, and I just like I said, the mama bear, you know, came out of me, and I just grabbed him and pulled him, and I just held him as tight as I could, and he was just whimpering, and he was just trembling. He was so cold, and I looked at the fire paramedic, and he looked at me. He said, "Get him to the office so we can treat him." So that's where we're all just rushing to the office because it was warm inside there, and I sat him on the chair and just let the fire department work the magic, and they treated him. So,
all right. Officer Mary Solinsky, what a great way to start the new year. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was wonderful. Thank you.